very long list of rules. Okay.
Yeah, I can't
It's
say.
very dark.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever read the rules. Yeah. Yeah, it is very dark. I'm not sure if I've got a watch on me to figure out when exactly it'll get light.
So, I am
Yeah, 2 seconds.
southeast. Sorry, on you go.
If you press M, go into your map,
Yeah.
and then go to group at the top,
Yeah.
and then it'll tell you what your number is. Left hand side, it'll say U.
Yeah. Would you like that number?
Yeah.
It's -561.
You should have an invite.
Oh, that didn't take very long. Control and J. Ah. Oh, you're over there.
Yeah, I'm south of you. Yeah, so essentially you're going to have to follow the coast around the left-hand side. And then I'll try and meet you.
Ah.
There's not a whole lot of people on the server, but you might run into somebody.
Okay.
The odds are if they're hostile, you're probably going to die, so just don't worry about it.
Okay.
If not, they may try and talk to you, so you might want to figure out... Oh, I got sick. Yeah, you might want to figure out what your microphone button is. I think it's caps lock as standard.
Input, push to talk. Or voice activation? Probably
No.
push to talk.
Yeah, push to talk. Because otherwise you'll just be talking the whole time to anybody in your vicinity.
Okay.
It could just potentially save you. I've noticed some people will say if you don't have a mic, then we're just going to shoot you. Is that kind of, you're expected to have a microphone? You're not necessarily expected to talk, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's been a few occasions where I've been able to talk myself out of a bad situation. But yeah, the odds are you're going to die a lot, so don't worry about anything like that.
Okay.
Your main concerns is staying warm and dry, fed and watered.
Well, I might freeze to death.
Yeah, so what you could do is... what have you got in your pockets?
I have got canned bacon, Fronta lemonade, a knife, flashlight, bandage,
Yeah. So
t-shirt and jeans.
put your knife and your bandage on number 1 and 2.
Ah. Okay.
And then your food... You should just generally eat your food whenever you get it. There's no point of sitting in your inventory unless you're maxed out, which is probably going to be unlikely. To open the can, you'll need to combine it with your knife. So when you go... I've got mine on tab. But yeah, so you put the cans into your hands, and then you hover your knife over it, left hand side it will say combine, and it should have an orange outline. Then when you do that, it will give you the option to open can.
I think everything was already opened anyway, by the look of it.
It might have been. Sometimes you do spawn with it open. If not, that's how you get into it. Unless it happens to be a can that has a ring pool. So if it's kind of tuna or something like that, or pate.
Right, okay. I ate the food, I drank the Fanta.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say my food and drink look much better, but does it get better over time?
It's kind of a slow progression. You're going to have to eat and drink a reasonable amount, but not a crazy amount. But yeah, it doesn't happen straight away. It kind of goes up slowly.
Okay.
One thing to watch out for when you're eating, though, you'll notice that if you get jam or honey, you can eat a lot of jam and a lot of honey, but if you try and eat too much of it, eventually it'll make you sick. So, bottom right hand side where your food and water is, to the left of that, you'll maybe get like a stomach sign. If that shows up, you need to stop eating or drinking, otherwise you're going to be sick. If you're sick, you lose a huge portion of your food and water.
Right, okay.
There's a few other things, like if you have dirty hands, like if you harvest an animal and you don't have gloves on, you'll get bloody hands, and then if you eat something, you'll make yourself ill.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a few other bits and pieces. Some of them are really annoying. Like if you get really low on blood, your screen goes black and white.
Okay.
Which is very irritating. But yeah, if you want to warm yourself up, you'll need to build a fire. You can do that either out in the wilds, just you can build a campfire, or in some buildings you will find a fireplace.
Right. What do the circles with the orange kind of cross throughs mean on the map?
So I think those are more dangerous areas, kind of like military areas. If you happen to be looking for what's her face? Yeah, if you're looking for military equipment, like primarily DayZ is a run around, get a bunch of military equipment, and then go and try and fight other people. But there's nothing to say that we can't just play it by wandering around and see what happens. More of a survival than survival with the threat of being killed.
Yeah. Survival with some peril.
Yeah.
Is it a bad idea to be wandering around at night?
Yes and no. Yes, because you could inadvertently wander into a bunch of zombies. But also, if we can't see, then generally other people aren't going to see. There is night vision, so if somebody happens to have that, then we might be in trouble. But
Okay, okay. Found a house.
Yeah, if you play it enough, you'll get used to the spawn points within houses. But yeah, wander around, hit tab every now and again. Tab will show you when there's things in vicinity, so even if you can't see them by eye, it might show up on there.
Right.
So if you kind of spam
how do I attack?
So hold down your right mouse, and that'll bring up your hands or your knife or your weapon or whatever it is.
I get it.
And then your left click to attack. You can do a heavy attack as well, which will kind of knock back your opponent or zombie, and that's shift. So you hold right down to bring your knife up, shift is then going to activate, and then your left click, and you should do a heavy attack.
Ooh.
Generally, if a infected starts attacking you, you want to walk backwards while holding right trigger, and that's going to put your guard up, and then when you think the moment's right, you then counter attack. It's not always easy. They've got a right bad habit of getting in behind you.
Like they know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's intentional, it's just the way that they attack you when they lurch forward. They often seem to end up behind you, so you'll need to, yeah, kind of walk backwards in circles, keeping them in front of you as much as possible.
Is there a way to open, like, cupboards and stuff?
No. No, generally, occasionally you'll find chests or crates that can be accessed, but more often than not,
The crouch mechanic makes me feel sick.
what?
The camera just, like, when you spin around, it's like the camera keeps moving when you stop. It's just a bit janky.
You must have a setting on or something, because I don't have that at all. Is it motion blur? Maybe?
I don't think it's motion blur. Could be like a camera shake thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just that I don't like it very much, I think.
No, I don't know what you mean. Mine doesn't do that at all.
It's not like the camera's like directly attached to your head and it's like the camera keeps moving as your body spins rather than just staying still. I'm just very much I like my cameras to be stationary.
My camera is stationary. I honestly don't know what
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, it only moves when I move the same it would in any other game.
Oh. We're getting closer to each other.
Yeah, it's not far.
think I'm going to try and skirt around this town. So if the water's behind me, I need to take a right that way.
Yeah, there is some camera options, but I'm not sure what you would need to change. So.
Got a symbol next to my stats. There's like a little bacteria germ thing and a water droplet.
Yeah, so the water droplet is that you're wet, your clothing will be wet in some way. The bacteria one means you're sick. I also seem to have that, but I'm not quite sure where I got it from.
Oh, that's maybe why I'm sneezing.
Yeah, you'll be sick from being cold. Ideally when you
What a
first...
wimp.
You are?
I was saying, what a wimp.
Yeah.
I got a little bit wet. I got a sniffle.
Yeah, ideally...
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, when you first spawn, normally you would go and find a bunch of clothes and get yourself sorted. You probably wouldn't be running 3 kilometers in a different direction. I mean,
Yeah.
you can, you could.
Found a gun.
Nice.
Where's it gone? Oh, I'm wearing it. Okay.
Yeah, so rifles and shotguns, long things essentially, will go on your back and you've got 2 slots for that. If you've got big enough bags, you can put them in there as well.
How do you equip them or find out if you've got ammo for them?
So drag it down into a slot, or just put it into your hand.
There we go.
Generally, you don't want to be firing anything unless it's desperate or has a
Just
silencer.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any ammo anyway.
Yeah, nip to the toilet.
Okay. think I found people's campfires.
Is it lit?
Yeah, there's smoke. There's a couple of like lit fires. I'm just giving them a wide berth for now.
Yeah, there might be somebody around. There wasn't a whole lot of people on the server, but it's not to say that
No, I think I said there were 9
yeah.
when I logged on.
It's not a particularly big map either. It's kind of why I chose it. Partially because there's not many people on it, but also it wouldn't take forever for us to run to each other.
Hmm.
Yeah, the odds are you won't see the person. You'll just be dead. You never know.
Yeah.
You might find some. Different maps have like a different kind of feel or community to them. There was one map.
Mm.
It might have been this one actually. Yeah, people seemed like they'd speak before shooting, whereas in plenty of other maps it's yeah, shoot first, ask questions later.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fires in that field.
If there's a bunch of them in the field, it might just be part of the environment.
The map.
Yeah, it seems odd that somebody would be out there starting a bunch of random fires in the field.
Hmm.
Maybe not, though. Yeah, I'm gonna hole up in this house. We'll start out fire, dry out, and then we can explore.
Find another gun. Try not to pick it up. Is that because I'm already holding a gun?
You should be able to carry 2.
Ah, there we go.
Well, technically you can carry 3, but you won't be able to swap guns, which is a bit of an issue at times. Because you can have 2 on your
Yeah.
back and 1 in your hand.
Oh, it's because I'm carrying a stick. I don't really want... Can I drop the stick? I have dropped the stick. Ah. Why are all these bars on the doors?
It's just because you can't go through them. I suppose it's to limit how much they have to, how much is accessible.
Right.
Yeah, so this is a fireplace that can be accessed.
Oh, I've got some bark. If you want some.
You can chuck it in, but I've got everything we'll need. So if you hover over the fire, you should open it. So the main thing you need is kindling and fuel. Your bark classed as kindling, and then I've got a load of short sticks for fuel. And then you'll
Yeah, I
need
can't. It just says fireplace.
How do you mean? It's a drop-down menu. Try it.
How do you open a drop-down menu?
You just click on it.
Yeah, I've got. It's not happening.
Yeah, so hover over the fireplace and then hit tab.
Oh, well, that's not obvious. Where... Okay. I've got a bunch of bark. Just which one do I pop it into? Or do we save it?
It's up to yourself. Bark's easy to collect, but you can throw it in if you want. But yeah, to start a fire, you would need at least one piece of bark in the kindling section, and then some sticks in the firewood section.
Right.
And then you'll need some way to light it. I happen to have matches, so I can just light it with this. But if you didn't, you can make a hand tool with a piece of bark and a short stick. Yeah, you should stand next to the fire. That'll dry your clothes out. Eventually you'll get a heat buff as well. There's some food on the floor.
Oh, thank you. Oh, did I eat that? I meant to pick it up. Oh no, you're eating.
Yeah.
Oh. On the floor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. I'd like to know what made me sick. Some of your clothes as well, you can take off and put them in your hand, and then you can wring them out.
That's just what I was wondering, like,
Yeah,
I was hovering over stuff and they were damp.
yeah, damps as dry as you can wring them out too. But if they were wet or soaked, then you could do it.
Yeah, no, I can only make rags.
Make rags.
There we go. So I can only tear them up. My shoes are drenched though. Can I do anything with them?
Yeah, I haven't figured out what the best way to dry them out is. I've tried holding them in the hands and putting them in the vicinity of the fire, but I think actually you're best just leaving them on your feet. In the same way that the rest of your clothes will dry out, I think your shoes just dry the same. Maybe slower.
Okay.
You can get too hot as well.
So just watch that I don't overheat. I like your little med bag.
Thanks.
Cute. I'm gonna see if I can change some settings while we're sitting here.
Yeah,
See, the server's gonna restart soon as well. Hmm. Don't think there is a setting for it. Survivors transmitting via radio?
Yeah, if you get an in-game radio. Oh shit. You don't have any water or juice on you, do you?
I do not.
I might have.
Are you about to?
Yeah, I think this illness is making me dehydrated. Being sick did not help. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and find something.
Well, I will be here drying out. There's no way you can look at your stats to see what kind of illness or whatever you've got.
No, not that I've noticed, which is quite irritating because I think there's a few versions of illness that just show up as the same.
You find some more.
I found an apple, which is get me to the next place.
can't, like, put things on tables or whatever, can you?
No. No, I mean, you can, yeah, you can drop things, but it's kind of a bit sporadic on where they actually end up.
Server restart in 5.
Yeah, usually after it says that, it cuts out pretty quick.
Looking for some more fuel for the fire.
You should probably be. What you're looking for is on your temperature thing, you should have a little plus next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about as warm as you're gonna get. I mean, if your clothes are still soaked, you can hang around in there. But I'm not sure, because it's raining often, I'm not sure how much it matters about. Ideally, you don't want to be wet, but you know what I
Can
mean?
you hurt yourself from harvesting sticks? Because I'm bleeding.
Yeah, you need to use a knife. You're just using your hands.
Well, that's maybe what did it.
Yeah. So
Honestly, I'm such a wuss.
you'll need to bandage, otherwise you'll bleed out.
Treat my wound, hold. Do we log out?
Yeah, we'll just let it cut. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer my guys will survive. That apple did not last as long as I thought.
Oh dear. My cough is getting quite substantial,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're gonna survive this one.
We didn't. Oh, there we go. We didn't have the best start, did we?
No. Yeah, that sickness wasn't good. And with us both being sick, I think you can infect each other as well.
Oh, really?
But I'm not sure.
Apparently, I've killed 4 people and 33 infected.
Yeah, mine says